Welcome to GraphMaster. We're going to walk through creating your first graph. All you have to do is start and click here on the Equations tab, and we're going to type the formula into the first row. We're going to graph y equals x cubed minus 3x squared minus 2x minus 1. Notice that we're using a shortcut here for exponents. Okay, we just click OK. And next we're going to click Plot the Equations. And we can see that on the Graph tab, we've graphed our equation. But we're missing a few parts of the equation. So let's see if we can change the scale of the axis. We're going to do that by clicking on the axis box here to adjust the axis limits. So let's try these limits instead. Okay, that looks good, so we're going to click OK. Oh, looks like we need to try a little bit more. That looks better. Okay, now we want to label the X-Intercept. You can see that if we hover over the line of the graph, that in the bottom area you can see the graph equation appearing. We're going to right click and we're going to click on Points of Interest and X-Intercept. So you can see it's identified the X-Intercept, but it's overlapping some of the numbers. So we're just going to move that quickly. On the Points and Labels tab, we're going to click that intercept and then click Move the Mark Labels. Now on the left here, we can adjust the location of that label up or down, wherever we'd like it to be, so that there's no overlap. Okay, now we're going to label the maximum and minimum points. Again, we hover over the graph, right click, select Points of Interest, Max and Min, and our max and min points have been placed on the graph. We like to slightly relocate where they're located as well, so we clicked Points and Labels. We're going to check the label that we want to move, and then we can shift it over to the right and up. Click the check mark to make that disappear. And now we have our maximum and minimum points located. Now we'd like to make a simple label. So again, we right click, make a simple label, and we can type in any label. Let's call this My First Graph. Click the check mark. And there's our simple label. Finally, let's make an equation label. So we're going to hover over the graph, right click, and check Make an Equation Label. There's our label. We click the check mark, and we're done. Now let's save this sample. We're going to click to Equations, and then click on the disk to save our equations. Give it a straightforward name. And we've saved our graph. Well done! You've completed your first graph.